B1 Battle Droid. The B1 Battle Droid was the backbone of the Separatist droid army and the most common unit seen during the Clone Wars. Recognizable by their tall skeletal frames, tan plating, and thin, almost comical limbs, B1s were mass-produced by the Trade Federation on planets like Geonosis. Designed to be cheap and expendable, B1s lacked independent thought. Early models relied entirely on central command computers, which made them vulnerable to system-wide shutdowns if their control ship was destroyed, a weakness famously exploited during the Battle of Naboo. Later models gained limited autonomy, but their stiff movements, poor aim, and questionable tactical decisions still made them infamous across the galaxy. B1s weren't intended to be elite soldiers. Their strength was numbers. They existed to overwhelm opponents, acting as cannon fodder while specialized droids handled key objectives. Their sheer scalability allowed the Separatists to field massive armies at minimal cost. Armed primarily with E5 blaster rifles, B1s formed the standard infantry line, guarding installations, swarming clone troopers, and representing the public face of Separatist military might. Their flat, nasally voices added an unintentionally comedic edge, making them both feared and mocked across the galaxy. Despite their flaws, B1s were essential to the Separatist strategy. Cheap, numerous, and expendable tools to enforce dominance and maintain battlefield pressure. B2 Super Battle Droid. The B2 Super Battle Droid served as the heavy infantry counterpart to the B1, designed to address the weaknesses of the standard battle droid. Bulkier, heavily armored, and more autonomous, the B2 quickly became a feared sight on Clone Wars battlefields. Unlike the skeletal B1, the B2 had a thick, muscular frame with armor capable of deflecting blaster bolts and enduring significant damage. Its design eliminated reliance on head sensors, so decapitation or head damage no longer disabled it, a major flaw in the B1. Stronger servo motors gave the B2 enhanced strength, allowing it to overpower clone troopers in close combat. A key feature was integrated weaponry. B2S came equipped with built-in wrist blasters capable of sustained fire without reloading. Later variants could include wrist-mounted rocket launchers or flamethrowers, making them versatile shock troops ideal for breaking defensive lines or storming enemy positions. Tactically, B2s often supported B1s, acting as the backbone of assaults while the cheaper droids provided numbers. Their improved autonomy allowed them to operate with less direct control from central command systems, reacting intelligently in battle while remaining obedient to strategy. B2s symbolized the Separatists' evolution from relying solely on mass-produced infantry to deploying specialized, high-impact units. Their combination of durability, firepower, and tactical flexibility made them a central element of the Confederacy's military strategy. Droidekas, destroyer droids. Droidekas, also called destroyer droids, were among the most feared units in the Separatist arsenal. Unlike B1s or B2s, Droidekas were precision-built for maximum lethality, combining mobility, firepower, and defense. They stood on 3 legs in combat mode and wielded twin blaster cannons capable of rapid, concentrated fire that could decimate clone troopers and light vehicles. A key feature was their personal deflector shields, which rendered them nearly impervious to standard blaster fire and even made direct attacks against them extremely risky. To defeat a Droideka, enemies often needed coordinated tactics or sustained fire. Mobility was another advantage. Droidekas could curl into a wheel-like shape and roll at high speeds across the battlefield, quickly closing distance or flanking opponents. This allowed squads to deploy, move, and strike with terrifying efficiency. Their rapid-fire cannons combined with shields made frontal assaults especially deadly, even for Jedi. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn's encounter aboard the Trade Federation ship in The Phantom Menace illustrates their threat. 2 Jedi could not risk a direct confrontation. Despite their strengths, Droidekas had limitations. Their shields drained power quickly, and their heavy frames reduced agility once deployed. Their complexity and cost also meant they could not be produced in the overwhelming numbers of B1s or B2s. Droidekas were iconic for their blend of offensive power, defense, and mobility, proving that the Separatists could field specialized units capable of challenging even the most skilled Republic forces. Tactical droids, T-Series, and Super Tactical droids. Tactical droids were specialized command units in the Separatist army, designed not for frontline combat, but for strategy, coordination, and battlefield command. They acted as the brains behind the droid armies, directing troops and executing complex maneuvers with machine precision. The standard T-Series tactical droid had a tall, angular frame with a rectangular head and a cold, calculating voice. Their advanced processors allowed them to analyze enemy movements, run simulations, and adapt strategies in real time. Unlike B1s, tactical droids could make independent decisions. managing large-scale operations with ruthless efficiency. They reported directly to leaders like Count Dooku or General Grievous, often sacrificing droid units without hesitation to achieve their objectives. As the war escalated, the Confederacy introduced super tactical droids. These were larger, better armored, and equipped with more advanced processors, enabling them to oversee high-priority operations where Republic forces posed significant threats. Super tactical droids could adapt to Jedi and clone tactics, making them particularly effective at managing complex battlefields. While they had limited combat capabilities, tactical droids often relied on B2s, commando droids, or other units for protection. Republic soldiers quickly learned that taking out a tactical droid could disrupt an entire Separatist formation, as B1s without guidance often fell into disarray. Tactical droids exemplify the Separatist approach to warfare, raw numbers combined with precise, cold logic. They were proof that in the Confederacy, even leadership could be mechanized. Commando droids, BX series. Commando droids, or BX series, were elite units in the Separatist arsenal, built for infiltration, sabotage, and precision strikes. Unlike the mass-produced B1s or the heavily armored B2s, commando droids combined intelligence, agility, and adaptability to execute high-risk operations that standard infantry could not handle. Physically, they had sleek humanoid frames, slimmer but stronger than standard droids, with fluid, lifelike movements. This design, paired with advanced tactical programming, made them highly effective in combat, capable of outmaneuvering clone troopers and engaging Jedi more effectively than other Separatist models. Their weaponry included E5 blaster carbines, vibroblades, and occasionally wrist-mounted tools for specialized tasks. Commando droids were trained to use cover, set ambushes, and fight in coordinated squads, emphasizing precision over brute force. They were also equipped with advanced voice modulators, allowing them to impersonate clone troopers and infiltrate enemy ranks, making them deadly in sabotage and assassination missions. Due to their advanced capabilities, commando droids were expensive and deployed sparingly. However, when utilized, they could decisively change the outcome of a battle. Leaders like General Grievous and Asajj Ventress frequently employed commando squads for operations where stealth, skill, and strategy outweighed sheer numbers. For clone troopers, encountering a BX commando was a severe threat. Unlike B1s, which could be eliminated en masse, commando droids could match a clone in skill, exploit weaknesses, and execute coordinated attacks with deadly efficiency. They were the Separatists' answer to the Republic's elite forces, a living, or rather, programmed counterpart to clone commandos. IG-100 Magna Guards. The IG-100 Magna Guards were among the most feared droids in the Separatist arsenal, primarily serving as personal bodyguards for General Grievous and other high-ranking leaders. Unlike standard infantry, Magna Guards were built to counter the Republic's most dangerous assets, Jedi. Standing nearly 2 meters tall, they featured reinforced armor, skeletal frames, and glowing photoreceptors. Their programming emphasized independence and cunning, giving them far more initiative in combat than B1 or B2 droids. They were highly durable, able to continue fighting even after severe damage or the loss of limbs. Magna Guards wielded electrostaffs, long pole-like weapons made from frick, one of the few materials resistant to lightsabers. These weapons allowed them to parry Jedi strikes while delivering electrically charged attacks, making them capable of holding their own against lightsaber wielders. Their combat programming incorporated advanced dueling techniques, enabling them to anticipate and counter attacks effectively. Beyond bodyguard duties, Magna Guards also served as enforcers, assassins, and battlefield commanders. During the Clone Wars, they frequently led squads of battle droids, combining durability, intelligence, and martial skill to challenge even the most experienced Jedi. Encountering a Magna Guard squad was a significant threat for the Republic. Unlike standard infantry, these droids were not disposable. They were sophisticated combatants designed to turn the tide against elite forces. Their presence symbolized the Separatists' strategy of deploying specialized, high-cost units to overcome Jedi superiority. Crab droids, LM-432. The LM-432 crab droid, often called the Destroyer Crab, was a four-legged combat walker extensively used by the Separatists during the Clone Wars. Unlike humanoid infantry droids, crab droids acted as mobile battlefield armor, blending stability, mobility, and heavy firepower. Their design featured a domed body supported by 4 articulated legs, allowing them to maintain balance on uneven terrain. This made them ideal for urban assaults, sieges, and supporting infantry in rough environments. The primary armament consisted of twin blaster cannons mounted beneath their chassis, capable of delivering sustained suppressive fire against clone troopers and light vehicles. Crab droids were often deployed in groups, coordinating crossfire to overwhelm enemy positions. Some variants carried explosives or mines, which could be planted during ambushes or sieges to disrupt Republic defenses. While not as iconic as Droidekas or B2 Super Battle Droids, crab droids filled a versatile support role. Their low profile, stability, and adaptability allowed them to operate effectively alongside both infantry and heavier armored units, bridging the gap between mass-produced droids and specialized assault machines. Spider droids, OG-9, homing spider droids, and dwarf spider droids. The Separatists deployed two main spider droid classes, the massive OG-9 homing spider droid and the smaller dwarf spider droid. Both were heavy support units designed to counter the Republic's growing use of armored vehicles. The OG-9 homing spider droid was a towering war machine, recognizable by its spherical body mounted on 4 spindly legs. Its primary weapon was a powerful laser cannon in its eye, capable of destroying enemy armor and fortifications with precision. Despite its size, the OG-9 was surprisingly mobile, able to stride across battlefields quickly. It often operated alongside Separatist artillery, serving as a mobile tank killer and siege unit. The dwarf spider droid was smaller, more numerous, and focused on infantry support. It had a squat frame with a front-mounted blaster cannon, making it durable and effective against clone troopers and light vehicles. Dwarf spiders were often deployed in swarms, especially during major engagements like the Battle of Geonosis, where their coordinated attacks forced Republic forces to bring in heavy weapons to counter them. Both spider droid types showcased the Separatists' emphasis on mechanized combined arms warfare. By integrating armored walkers alongside infantry, the Confederacy created a versatile force capable of controlling the battlefield in nearly any environment.